Hello everybody, welcome to our inaugural webinar today, Reinventing Electrical Inspections with iXX from Flir and Thermidoc. Today I'm joined by our colleagues. My name is Jason Cargill. I am the UK and Ireland Technical Sales Specialist within the region.
Yes, I'm Bernt Torsvik. I'm CTO and founder, and I am responsible for sales, training, support, and integration in Thermidoc.
Hello, my name is Ove Stensland. I'm the CEO and co-founder, and I also responsible for the software development.
Hello, my name is Morten Hasler. I'm CEO and a licensed electrical installer at Elsikkerhet Midt-Norge in Norway. I'm an ITC level 2 thermographer and a certified electrical inspector.
So today we've assembled a dream team to provide you with some insight into Flir iXX and also Thermidoc. We have a very simple webinar agenda for today. I'll give a brief introduction to iXX as a platform, but we will have a slide with some QR codes on where you'll be able to get a lot more information about the actual hardware itself. We'll then have Thermodoc, which we'll have a run through with a demonstration through a video. And also we have the added benefit today of Morten's presence with the actually end customer user experience using Thermodoc, which as he'll explain, he has done for many years. And then during the conclusion, what we'll have is we'll have an opportunity for a question and answer session. So that's basically the format for the next 25 minutes or so. So we'll ask a quick question to begin with, a little chat question. So where in the world are you joining us from now, and how many kind of infrared scans would you do per year as a user of thermographic equipment? Let's see what kind of answers we get. Oh, Austria, Germany, Finland, Norway. Dubai, it's a bit warmer than here. England. So we've got a real good spread of people today, and it's a great opportunity to be able to speak to you all in your on individual areas. I mean, from our perspective as a manufacturer, you know, we're looking at providing the information to help you use the equipment, and along with the app-based technology now, it's going to be a real winner from our perspective. So iXX series, you know, the word they're revolutionizing is a true word to say, because this really is a revolutionary product when it comes to thermographic inspection. You know, physically it looks very different to the cameras we've manufactured in the past, but it's been designed specifically to do its job extremely well when we look at what we can now do with the app-based platform that we have. So we're using app-driven intelligence with this technology to really help the end user in the field. So essentially, what have we done with this platform? iXX is built on the history of Flir with our excellent thermal imaging cameras, but we've now incorporated the added benefit, the added utility of the practicality of a smartphone. So in essence, we've fused these two items together. So rather than carry two separate items in the field, we've now provided a platform to be able for the user to be able to communicate from the field immediately with the images that they capture in the data. And ultimately it's a platform which is completely new for us. The fact that we have this really flexible system now with the ACE platform, which is the Android camera ecosystem. Our ability to meet customers' needs in the field as a solution provider have really been increased hugely with the addition of this new platform within Flir. And interestingly enough, there's an organization in the UK called Mainstream, and this only relates to UK data, but I think it's pertinent to mention at the time. So Mainstream UK are a research organization who have worked with industrial and reliability end users for the last 28 years. I attended their conference this year in the UK. They produced a report, and in that report they tend to build their summit on the key points that they discovered during the year. And a couple of items which I picked up on in the report, which I think are really pertinent to what we're talking about today, is things like they've identified that there is a workforce challenge currently in the marketplace. And they came up with a figure of 27% of UK maintenance engineers are over 55 years old now. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being in your mid-50s, by the way, talking from experience. But, you know, that's a large number of people who at some point are going to be retiring and leaving the industry. And then 38% of technical specialists who are retiring within the next 5 years. That's a huge portion of skill and knowledge which will be leaving the industry. So, you know, there's an identification of a potential skills gap when it comes to that kind of technology. And when we talk about data management, UK asset intensive industries typically from this survey actually utilize less than 27% of the data they capture for operational decision making. So companies are going through the process of capturing data, but they're not actually using that data. And that's again where this platform really comes into its own. And as my colleagues will talk about later on with the use of the Thermodoc app, it's really enhancing customers' potential. But when it comes to data again, 67% of manufacturing companies who were surveyed cited that data integration is a significant barrier to implementing a predictive maintenance strategy as well. So even with those sort of few little call-offs from the mainstream report, it really lends itself to the platform that we're using now and the ability to enhance user experience in the field. So the future of thermography starts now. The product's already here. The solution arrived in September. Our goal is to try and simplify and speed up workflows for customers. And Morten will certainly talk about his experience with that. We also want to support inexperienced users. I mean, one of the problems we have is with that kind of skills gap or the lack of resource, maintenance departments in the 25 years that I've been in sales, maintenance departments have to do more with less. They generally have less money, they generally have less people, but they generally have more work to do. So the ability to empower more inexperienced users with the equipment as well and allow them to capture some of that data becomes an important tool. And then from a software, documentation and communication and making decisions and trying to bring it all together in one full package and in essence to do more with less. So I've already kind of mentioned this, to be honest, but technicians are now empowered in the field. Maintenance programs can be working smarter and harder, and we're trying to elevate the expertise levels within the field as well, and ultimately end up with the results that customers really want to achieve. And like I mentioned earlier on, these codes, these QR codes will take you to a webinar specifically about iXX and iXX information, and also about the ACE, so the Android Camera Ecosystem app developer program. So as the majority of this webinar is going to be about Thermodoc and the benefits of this software, this is where you can actually find more information on Flir iXX. And without further ado, I will hand over. Oh, sorry, after I've done the poll, I'm always going to forget something. How much time does it take your team on average to generate an infrared inspection report? Now, obviously, there will be different numbers of images, different sizes of reports, different sizes of customers. But if you can just give us an indication using this poll to give us an idea of the kind of time that you're spending doing reporting in the field. And the poll's running. And what we'll have some figures shortly, which will pop up on the screen. And thank you very much for your input. Say less than an hour, that's an interesting one. Less than an hour, 4%. You're certainly going to find out when you listen to Morten's experiences, it's going to be a massive game changer for your particular efforts in the field. So 2 to 3 hours, 32%, 3 to 5 hours, 36%, 5 hours plus, which is a huge amount of time. It's certainly nice to see that data. So thank you very much for those of you who responded to the poll. Now, with a perfectly seamless transition, I'd like to introduce you to Bernd from Thermodoc. Bernd, thank you very much.
Thank you, Jason. First, we want to thank Flir for giving us the opportunity to be a part of this project and this webinar. Ove and I started Thermidoc back in 2016 We spent 2 years developing and testing before we launched the product in the Norwegian market, where it became known as iDoc. Our mission was simple: create a faster inspector-focused reporting workflow for electrical inspectors. As you all know, time is money. 1 year later, we integrate the Flir mobile SDK. This made it possible to transfer image files from a Flir camera directly to an iPhone or iPad and analyze them right there in the field in our solution. Today, the solution has been in market for 7 years, and we continue to develop with a strong focus on saving time for our customers and listening closely to their feedback. Now we will play a short video that shows Thermidoc in action.
Are you an electrical inspector who spends way too much time on paperwork? Let me tell you about Thermodoc, the app that's going to change the way you work. This is Bernd. He is a professional electrical inspector. He has nearly 20 years of experience, and he is passionate about his work. Bernd is also a co-founder of Thermodoc, the preferred reporting tool for the electrical inspectors. Picture this. Instead of heading back to the office to spend hours writing up reports, you simply open Thermodoc, document your findings, take thermal images and analyze them, generate the report, and give it to the customer on site. That's the power of Thermodoc. It's fast, it's easy to use, and it's built specifically for electrical inspectors like you. We know your workflow. We know your challenges, and we've created the perfect tool to solve them. With Thermodoc, you'll work more efficiently and with greater precision. But here's the real game changer. Our users are saving 30 to 50% of their time. Think about what you could do with that extra time. More inspections, more clients, more revenue, or simply more time for yourself. So why wait? Make your workday a lot more enjoyable, just like Bernd.
Yes, I hope you liked the video. I am excited to present one of our customers, Morten. He is a professional inspector who works with electrical safety every day and use Thermidoc as a reporting tool. So Morten, give us your feedback on your experience with Thermidoc.
Yeah, thank you, Bernd. We are specialists in agricultural and industrial electrical and thermal inspections. We have used the Norwegian version of Thermodoc for 7 years now. Our company's statistics shows us that we uncover 50 electrical faults on every 50 electrical faults on average, and 5 serious fire hazards per inspection. Most of these dangerous issues are detected with thermal inspections. This means that we analyze a lot of thermal images each day. After adopting Thermidoc, we can make one report with the regular electrical faults and thermal issues in the same report on site at the customer. This has resulted that we have saved half a day with reporting time of each day of inspection, and this for every inspector in the company. The integration with Flir has been a complete game changer for us and also for thermographers all around the world. The result is a lot of saving in time and money. So now I can choose to earn more money, or I can go out skiing. If you would like to see some more of our findings, how we use the Flir cameras, Thermidoc in action, and other fun moments that we do in the field, you can follow me on Instagram, just search my name, or you can scan the QR code on the slide. There is lots of fun and lots of troubleshooting. And I can just admire Thermidoc for making me more money and more spare time.
Thank you, Morten, for great feedback. And I hope you will get some more followers on your Instagram. Ove will now go through some of the functionality with Thermidoc on the iXX camera. So go on, Ove.
Thank you, Bernd. Now I will show you how you create an inspection, and I will also show the most important feature with the tool. So now I have created an inspection, given a name, customer, and here I can also, this is an empty inspection now, and here you can also add an image to use as a front image on the report. To start register observation and deviation findings that you find, you click on the plus button down in the right corner. And here you can describe where did you find this error and describe the error. You can also give different deviation grades or severity grades of your finding. And you can also take photos, both thermal images and visual images. On this screen is the live camera view. Here you can switch between thermal image or visual image. You can change measurement methods. You can change the color palette. And you can also access the flash and the laser from this screen. When you have captured an image, you can immediately start analyzing the image. You can add extra thermal points. You can change the palette and apply isotherm and many other features. When you are finished with the report, then you simply start generate report, and it will preview the report. And to send it to your own phone, you just scan the QR code, and then you can open the report on your phone and send it to customers. Thank you.
Thank you, Ove, for an excellent walkthrough of the main features in the Thermidoc. There is a lot of more functionality available in the system, but this was the key functions. If anyone would like to a full demo, or just so you just can reach out to us, and we will be happy to set up a meeting. You can go to thermidoc.com or use the QR code that you see in the slides. Then, Jason, we are finished. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Bernd. So that's generally covers the main content today regarding Thermodoc and a brief introduction to iXX. I mean, certainly from our perspective as manufacturers, Flir, we've certainly introduced what we believe is a really great platform to benefit from the leaps forward in technology when it comes to communication. I mean, this technology iXX is available in both cellular and non-cellular, so you have the ability to have that connectivity that you would have with a smartphone, for example, not to be used for calls, for example, but we will be introducing other apps, for example, Microsoft Teams as well. So the connectivity within the field will be enhanced. I mean, Morten and I were talking before this webinar, and he mentioned about an experience he had recently at a sawmill, where he identified some really serious issues and was able to complete the report and communicate to the actual the report recipient in real time. So it's kind of the level of service he was able to provide, the speed, that kind of connectivity to provide really important information about severe problems. It's enhanced by using this app and this hardware platform as well. So certainly from our side of things, we're trying to empower every technician, the guided workflows which you can have, obviously the ability in the field to edit. You could see even from the brief video, the usability of this technology with the user interface, really easy to make those changes and do those steps in the field from an editing perspective. The addition of the QR code in regards to sending the report, I mean, it literally doesn't get any easier than that. So that ability to send that report, you know, even when you've done, and again, this is Morten's experience talking, but reporting can be done, finished and sent, you know, before the end of the day. So that time saving is really important. And obviously people's roles evolve during business as well. You know, maintenance departments, if you can bring the technology to more users within your team or more people within your maintenance team to capture the data, that's just enhancing your ability to monitor your assets really well. So please look at the QR codes for more information about iXX. You know, we have a huge amount of collateral. Obviously, our friends at Thermodoc, as Bernd has already said about creating, using the QR code for that 90-day trial. It's certainly something to try out yourselves if you have the inclination to do so. As I say, the iXX platform is going to enhance that usability, but Morten's been using it successfully for 7 years on a premium camera within Flir and not an iXX camera. So it's really there to be benefited by existing owners of Flir equipment as well, which are compatible. So what we'd like to do now is open up the floor to Q&A. As I say, please use the chat function. Between the four of us, we will certainly try and answer the questions today. But as I mentioned earlier on, if not, we'll certainly take a note of them and we will come back to you with those answers. So if you can, oh, there we go. How can I buy iXX and Thermodoc together? Well, the app is already approved by Flir, and if you purchase an iXX camera, you already have the ability to download the app. I'll let Bernd actually explain a bit more about the sort of using Thermodoc as an app, because it's not what you might think in regards to subscription and that kind of thing. So Bernd, would you like to highlight the how you'd use the Thermodoc app as a user from a cost perspective? Please.
Yeah, it's when you have the Ove can maybe take that.
We have a pay-as-you-go model, so we don't take. It's not subscription based, but it's based on how many reports you create. So we don't. So you can have as many users you want to, and you can also you buy, for instance, 100 inspection in a pay upfront, and they will be valid as long. There is no time limitation or user limitation on it. So it's the cost is very related to the customer's own activity.
Well, just thanks you very much, Uwe. So Morten, just from your perspective as a user, how did you find the because I know you made some very nice comments about the value that you saw in Thermodoc. How does that work for you?
I'm not sure if I understand the question correct, but
the cost of using Thermodoc as a solution for you as a user.
The cost of Thermodoc is for me like none, because if I save a half a day for every day of inspection, for every inspector that we have, we save for 2 days of work, we save a whole day for ourselves, that we can do the third inspection instead of sitting at the office. So the costs are
very cost effective and great value for you as a user, not only as a provider of the service, which is good to know.
Yeah, of course, because for me and the customer, the time is money. So if I can save 3 to 4 hours every day of inspection on our inspectors, that's of efficiency that I can't even describe it.
Yeah. Thank you, Morten. The voice of experience talking there, by the way. Another question here, does i65 have manual focus? No, it's a fixed focus camera. So the iXX range is fixed focus. We have two detectors, 320, 240, or 240 by 320 based on the new portrait profile, and also 480, 640, but it is a fixed focus camera. Answer to that question. How can you access the 90-day trial? Well, on the slide which you're currently looking at, you'll be able to contact Thermodoc. Is that right, Bernd?
Yes, you only if you have a iXX camera, you only download Thermidoc and register it. You and then start.
Yeah.
So and you are up and playing.
Perfect. Can iXX be used for other applications other than electrical applications? iXX is essentially a thermal camera like any other thermal camera. So, you know, our devices are there to capture images of excessive thermal energy in most cases. This is no different. You know, we have an extremely capable piece of kit in regards to its IFOV performance in the field, for example. I think from our side of things, it's mechanical, it's electrical, it's potentially even buildings, depending on what type of surveys you need to do. But it's that connectivity is using it with the actual tool itself as a thermal imaging camera. The ability to communicate information quickly, to capture your data easily, to navigate the icons on the screen easily as well. But it's as usable as any other thermal camera which we have within the range. Let's see if there's any more. Will there be other iXX models? I've got to be honest, I'm not far enough up in the chain of command to answer that question, but we see the platform as being really successful for a lot of users, of existing users of Flir and also new users of Flir. There may be other models within the range, but as it stands now, we have the 4, which is i34, i35, which is the 240 by 320 detector. One will be cellular, which ends in the 5, and one isn't cellular. And the other model is i64, i65, 480 by 640, also with the ability to have cellular and non-cellular. But certainly it's a platform that we believe we can develop. But as far as how many other models, I have no idea, to be perfectly honest. But thank you for the question. Can Thermodoc be used with other thermography cameras? Over to you guys.
No.
There you go.
It can be, there will be in the future a kind of a way which is, yeah, you can upload a camera from the PC and insert it in, but then you lose this effective flow.
I like that really concise answer there, Uwe. No, that was it. That's pretty much doesn't get more profound than that. How many reports can be generated with Thermodoc? I mean, from my understanding, it's as many as you want to create.
As many as you pay for. So you can, and it is also supporting huge reports, really big reports. We have seen reports almost 1,000 pages with 2,000 images.
Right.
And that can be problematic if you use Microsoft Word for generating reports.
Yeah. That's interesting to know. I had another question here. Does the iXX have a neck strap useful when climbing ladders, etc.? Well, it doesn't have a neck strap, as you can see on the image in front of you, but also here it does have a hand strap. What you can do with these kind of hand straps is you can loop through another form of belt type device. I mean, I've even used the carrying strap off another case, and you can loop that and put that over your shoulder and have the device at your side. The nice thing about this device is it's a really shallow profile, so you can use the hand strap as using another strap to use as a neck strap, but it doesn't have one as a standard offer. Let's have a look. Can you rotate the image on iXX to get a wider field of view? Very good question, and the answer is yes. Just like you would with a smartphone, if you rotate the camera 90 degrees, you then go to a much wider field of view. So certainly that can be a benefit when you're working in an area maybe where you've got a much tighter space. But it's a physical movement of 90 degrees of the camera. But thank you for the question. Okay, I think that's all the questions. So what I would like to say on behalf of me and my colleagues here, Uwe, Bernd and Morten, thank you very much for your time today. Much appreciate you taking your time out to attend this webinar. There's a lot more information using the QR codes for Thermodoc and for Flir. By all means, reach out. Again, I've not used Thermodoc personally yet. My training session's tomorrow, but certainly Morten is a long-time user, and he's given us some really valuable experience, which I believe, from a testimonials perspective, it doesn't get any better than coming out the customer's mouth themselves. So thank you for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day, and hopefully we'll see you on the next webinar. Thank you.